Link Crew, it's really great to see each and every one of you today. I'm excited for today. We have a couple fun activities to go through with you. And this is going to be an activity. It's going to be slightly challenging. It's going to make you a little uncomfortable, and it's going to show you how important it is to work together with people. So we're going to do like we've been doing. We're going to go through a challenge and try to succeed together. And it's going to be something that you're all familiar. How many of you have ever done paper airplanes before? Never in class, though, right? Oh, there we go. Good job, George. Right, so we're going to be making paper airplanes. Easy enough, right?
Yeah.
The goal of paper airplane isn't it not to always try to get it to go as far as possible?
Yeah.
Great. So that's what you're going to be doing. But here's the catch. You're going to have a couple of rules that you have to follow as you're making these paper airplanes. Number one, I'm going to pair you up. All right? Ready to pair you up?
Yeah.
George, I'd like you to go with Kim over there, please. George, go with Kim. And you guys are going to be a pair as well. And once George gets over there, I'll give the directions. But I want to make sure everybody is ready to go. Thank you, George. Appreciate the hustle. Here's what I need everybody to do. I need you to raise your dominant hand. Ambidextrous. What you bet? There you go. Take your dominant hand and put it behind your back and make a fist. That dominant hand will not be used for the remainder of this activity. You may only use your non-dominant hand. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'm going to be distributing a piece of paper to each of you, each group. And what you're going to do is make a paper airplane. And there are a couple rules. Number one, you can't use your dominant hand, so only your non-dominant hand for most of us. That's the left, but for some special people who will be president one day, that is your right. And what you also have to make sure you know is you cannot, both of you have to be touching the paper at the same time. So if we were making a paper airplane together, I can't say, make a fold. I have to be helping you make this fold. So we have to be doing it together, using our non-dominant hands. Once we're done making the paper airplane together, we are going to continuously hold the paper airplane, and on the count of 3, we're all going to launch our paper airplanes and see who goes first. Think we can do this?
Yeah.
Think we can do it?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a timer of 2 minutes to make your paper airplanes. Are you ready?
Yep.
Go! All right. Remember, the rule is, not yet, the rule is that you cannot use your dominant hand the whole time. Now that I've passed out the papers, please start by writing your name on it. Remember, your non-dominant hand.
Oh, you're not.
You can
Put
help
that
your
hand back there.
Can you
I don't
help
want
me
to.
open it?
Take it out.
good teamwork. I love the teamwork.
Yes, we got this. Okay. I'll put my initial on it.
Excellent. So I'm going to put the timer on for 3 minutes.
There you
Once you're done writing your name, I'm going to say go, and you have to make that paper airplane using your non-dominant hand and always having both people touching the airplane at the same time. Ready, set, go!
So how do you say? Wait, hold it.
go. Oh, I messed up. Here we
Ooh,
go.
it's not as easy as you thought it would be. Keep both those hands.
Okay. That's close, huh? Alright, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. That's all I got. What's this?
What type of paper do you think you need?
Good one.
Hold it.
One that will
Any
fly
one you
far.
want. So what do I do next?
I would fold it in half.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Or you can fold this section there if you want this to be a little heavier.
Like this?
Yeah, and then you do the whole folding thing again. You fold it back like that.
What?
That was always the secret trick, actually.
No.
It's like an envelope.
Hold it down.
It does.
Okay, now I do this again.
Yep.
This kind.
Make sure the point is good, though.
Ooh, that was good. Killing it. Alright, now do we even have?
Haha, perfect.
Ooh, this is a complicated one.
Look at.
You messed up.
It's okay. Believe in your
Oh,
airplane.
and now we go
Believe
like
in your
this,
airplane.
Right?
No, you can put it on. I think.
Whoa!
No.
Great job. At least you used your non-dominant hands, and both of you did that. All right, now that you've gone, I want you guys to now go. Remember, you have to use your non-dominant hand, and you have to be holding it together at the same time. You got to throw it together. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we killed it.
Winners! Give them a hand. Everybody's hand. Celebrate success. Woo! Leaders, now that we've seen the activity done, let's just review a couple of important tips that we want to remember. Number 1, make sure you make co-ed groups. Number 2, make sure students are using the non-dominant hand. How I did it is make them raise their dominant hand up, put it behind their back. That way, they never use their dominant hand. Number 3, make sure that as they are making the plane and as they are throwing the plane, they are always touching the plane simultaneously. Number 4, it's really a good idea to give them a set time limit. Otherwise, you're going to have creative students who are going to be making these wacky, crazy airplanes. And we want to make sure that we do this in a relatively short amount of time. So give them about 2 to 3 minutes to make it. That'll also keep the energy lively. And lastly, as they are throwing, have them go one at a time. And you want to some way record their distances. You can do that by A, putting some sort of marker down when a group goes, or B, just leaving the planes where they are and see who wins at the end. But remember, always celebrate success.
I'm filming this, by the way.
Excellent. Good. All right, Lean Crew, great job doing your airplanes. You did a great job. Now that we've done a creative activity, now we're going to do a little bit of a competition, something that gets us moving a little bit. Here's what we do. You can see that we have balloons here on the ground. What I'm going to do is once again pair you up. And you and your partner are going to have to stand back to back and put a balloon in between you. Does that make sense? So with your same partner that you did the paper airplane with, I'd like you to grab a balloon right now and stand back to back and put that balloon between you two. Make sure you're holding the balloon. Just like that. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, first rule of the game is you always have to be, two people always have to be touching that balloon. You and your partner have to be touching that balloon at the same time the entire game. Got it? Yeah. Okay. Here's the goal of the game. The goal of the game is to pick these balloons up with your partner without dropping the one that you have. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and in that 2 minutes, your goal is to have the most balloons in between you two, in between your backs, than the other groups. You want to have the most. Got it? Yep. Does that make sense? Any questions?
Can we pop their balloons?
Do not pop the balloons, please, because we only have a limited amount. But that is a great question, Kim. Thanks for asking it before just doing it. George? Oh, don't do that, because remember, you're going to drop the other balloon. So you always want to keep that balloon between you. So the trick is, how do you pick up balloons while keeping the balloons between you? Got it? Yep. All right, 2 minutes starts now. Come on, get it! Come on, get it! Look at the squats. Oh no, you're missing it! Oh no! Let it drop. You gotta let it drop.
There we go. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
We're going low. We're going low. All right, you got it? All right, I got it. All right, lock 'em in.
Oh no! Remember, you both have to touch it at the same time.
Look at this. All right.
Oh, you can't just put it behind you. You gotta put it on the ground. Let it drop. Now you gotta squat down and get it. How do you? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! And cut.
Welcome back, Link Crew leaders. I have a few tips today for your balloon activity. First, make sure your groups are still co-ed. The easiest thing to do is just keep them in the partner pairs that they were doing the airplane activity with, unless you saw some issues pop up. But otherwise, keep it co-ed and it will be good. Then you're going to get them into back-to-back position. So make sure they're facing back-to-back. Front to front is just not going to work out as well. Once they are back-to-back, you will hand them the balloon and put it between them. So you handle the balloons, not them. That's really important. You don't want them fidgeting with them when you're giving the activity directions. Next, no popping the balloons. You got to set that straight early, otherwise you're not going to have enough balloons to do the activity. 4, 5. Cheaters never prosper. If they start cheating, i.e. just holding it in one hand, just stop the group and take all their balloons away from them and put them out on the ground, and that will convince them not to do that the next time. But be fun with it. Cheaters never prosper is a good one. 6, 2 to 3 rounds. Here's the key. You're going to time them. That way there's a sense of urgency. until you reach the peak of fun. You don't want to get to the point where they're not having a good time anymore. So just enough so that they're having a really good time, but they're not quite bored, and that's when you know